Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nicholas Pythagoras, and on this YouTube channel, we ask the question, how do human values manifest themselves in the external world? And I'm going to start a new YouTube playlist called the Destiny Idea or the Destiny Playlist, and where basically I go over some narrations or a way to look at life through a narrative lens. And I do believe that it's important to look at the MBTI types. Now, if you don't know what the MBTI types are, there's so many videos on them on YouTube or whatever. It's called the Myers Briggs Personality Type Indicator. And there's 16 types. And on this video, we're going to talk about INFPs. And also, happy Valentine's Day. I'm wearing red, and I think I look pretty freaking good. So, INFPs are all about how they feel, all about their own comfort, what other people want, and what other people think. You will most likely find INFPs in human resources, in news media, whether that's politics or sports media. So sports media, political media, politics in general, and what was the first one? HR, like human resources. They are artists, they are poets, they are authors, they really love the arts. And now I will make another disclaimer that I'm calling this the Destiny Playlist, and I'm not being like a fortune teller or anything. I'm not saying that I'm just saying any type can do anything, but it's helpful to look back on other people's biographies, on their lives, on their history, and kind of see and recognize the fact that different people have natural strengths and natural weaknesses. And it's helpful that to look at those things, and maybe we're similar in some ways. Now particularly me, I'm an INTJ, but I do recognize some of the strengths and weaknesses of an INFP. And it's also when you see the world through a narrative lens or a phenomenological lens, you'll be able to see how different characters kind of shape the world. Now, William Shakespeare was an INFP, and obviously we know he was a poet. He was one of the most brilliant INFPs in my opinion, and he had the famous quote that the whole world is a stage and everyone is an actor in it, pretty much. So we're seeing how in the world that there are different characters and they have different narratives, like literal character arcs, and the INFP is no exception to this. So basically, you'll find an INFP in human resources, political, the political sphere, the news media, whether that's sports or the political media, because the INFP thrives on crafting the narrative. They are all about knowing what other people want, knowing the metaphysics, and crafting that into something physical. So, for example, I have an INFP graphic designer friend, okay? And they're studying graphic design, and they're a very amazing artist, literally, because they are so fixated on the art, and the INFP kind of idea or their philosophy is they're going to take the metaphysical values of human civilization and put that into a painting or whatever, a painting or poetry, something that people can latch onto and relate to, because poetry exhibits the value of human civilization. William Shakespeare, with his idea of the three fates and free will, that is core and a central theme of Western civilization. And so, of course, a lot of people related to that. Think of Homer and the Odyssey. A lot of people related to that sort of idea of tragedy, or the epic poem, Dante's Inferno, his Divine Comedy. It was a central part in Western civilization as well, or Beowulf. So a lot of INFPs gear towards arts as a way to express human values that are central to that civilization. Another aspect that I want to discuss, and I want to go a little bit in depth on this, is that you'll find them in human resources. They are the HR type. Because what are the common themes of human resources? they're always about, first of all, let's talk about the job interview. Well, even before we get to that, let's talk about the resume. So the resume should be crafting a narrative. It should say something like, well, I went to this college and then I worked at this, employer, and then I want to, level up in my, professionally. I want to develop myself and gain new skills. And that's what leads me here today. So what are they always asking? They're always asking for the resume to have a chronological narrative as to why they're there, because they love narratives and they want to see things. They want to see that narrative flow. They also say a common question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's a common question because they're all about your future. They want to know what you want. Tell me about your future, because as an INFP, because I have extroverted intuition, I want to know your future. Tell me what your intentions are. Tell me your future. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Also, the brain teaser questions, like how many golf balls can fit inside a Boeing 737 or whatever. There's no way you're actually going to be able to know that. But why do they ask that? Because they want to know what you think. That's extroverted thinking. That's TE. They want to know what you think. TE is all about knowing other people's reasoning, other people's logic, other people's rationality. So that hits their extroverted thinking. And in the sports media, let's say, they're all about, again, crafting narratives. They're even before Patrick Mahomes, which coincidentally, as I'm filming this, the Super Bowl is happening probably half an hour. It's happening today. Even before Patrick Mahomes got big, people were saying how they're crafting the narrative that Patrick Mahomes is going to be the next Tom Brady, that there's there's a script happening in NFL. That the sports media, everybody loves a good story. And so they're crafting Mahomes to be the next Brady. They did it with Brady, they're doing it with Mahomes. And who are the people running that? The INFPs or the ENFPs. They're very similar in that regard. So they're crafting the narrative. They're all about statistics and analytics. That hits their extroverted thinking. Tell me what you think. Tell me the surveys. Let me know what other people are thinking. That hits their extroverted thinking. And same thing with the political narrative. The campaigners, the political campaigns, the slogans, it hits the narrative. I'm not going to go too much in depth because it's politics, but just know that it is their narrative. Again, going back to the HR type, going back to the sports media, stuff like that. This is the INFP, the artist who tries to make a narrative, and compose something physical from the metaphysical. And the reason why I'm saying it's a destiny idea is because there's 4 sides of the mind, and we just dealt with the INFP. But once they go into their unconscious and their superego, a superego is someone's final stage in life, hypothetically, psychologically speaking. Again, I'm not saying this is going to happen to everyone, but I'm just psychologically saying the theory. So the INFP at the final stage will try to take all their wisdom, their values, because they're in tune with the values of human civilization, with their understanding of metaphysics, and they're going to craft something physical with their extroverted sensing way at the bottom, and something physical that everybody can latch onto and connect with, whether it be poetry, whether it be painting, whether it be a sculpture, whatever it is, something artistic, whether it be music, but something physical, tangible that people can relate to. That is the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed this content, if you enjoy understanding philosophy or existential philosophy or phenomenology, understanding the way the world works and how everything is connected, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.